All of a sudden, you meet someone, and you think it's the perfect person. He has the perfect hair. He has the perfect car. I mean, he's perfect. You meet her. She's wonderful. She's everything you've ever dreamed of. But all of a sudden, you notice some little things about them that it's not quite right. In this section, we're going to deal with the danger signs. We're going to address the danger signs that you should be looking out for.
Usually neglect is one of them. When one person talks to the other and the other one isn't really there.
The questions, all the time, questions.
Someone who needs to control you, someone who needs to know everything about you, needs to know where you are all the time.
Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you seeing?
Reckless behavior.
When one person doesn't contribute as much as the other.
When your boyfriend tries to buy you a lot of things as a means of amending some things he did.
Where the other person needs to give commands or something like that. You won't do anything without permission.
One thing is someone who blames. Now that can be very seductive in the beginning of the relationship because the blame will make you look good. In other words, you're so smart and pretty and loving compared to that terrible person I was with before you. She made my life miserable, but you're so great and wonderful. And that's kind of seductive because you're feeling like you're being put on a pedestal. But the law of blame is it goes to the closest person. And when you get close to that person, you'll be the object of the blame.
Contempt. My definition of contempt is, I've made up my mind about you and it is not good. You're always going to see what you look for. If I think guys are undependable or just use me, I will always see it. You're going to see what you look for. If I think girls, you can never please them, they're always going to betray you, that's what I will see, because you always see what you're looking for. Also, not being able to regulate your own emotions. In adolescence, my emotions were all over the place. And so, but you got to know that we have these surges, and it's just about being a teenager a lot of times. You know, in the field of psychology for years, we used to say, act on your feelings. I'm here to tell you, if you act on your feelings, you're going to be in trouble half the time. Oftentimes you have to act despite your feelings, because that's a relationship killer.
It's exciting being with someone who's a little bit on the edge, so it's a little bit of a thrill. You think that he can protect you, other guys aren't going to mess with you if you're with this sort of rough guy. But that roughness is not going to be confined to just other people, it's going to come to you.
The hormone that triggers orgasm in sex is oxytocin. Oxytocin is a bonding agent. When you have sex with somebody, you are going to bond with that person. The other thing that oxytocin has is an amnesic effect. You forget it. You lose your mind for a period of time. You're not in your right mind. It's an altered state of consciousness. So, I work a lot with teenagers. They come and say, well, I have this guy and he doesn't treat me right and he doesn't respect me. I say, are you having sex with him? Yes. Don't do that. Why bond with somebody? Why put yourself in that position that you're not going to be in your right mind?
Very often in abusive relationships, the boyfriend will say, no one else will love you. You're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, I love you, but nobody else will. And young girls especially, their self-esteem is always precarious when you're a teenager. They believe that. They're programmed to believe it. So they think they've got to make it work with him because nobody else would want them.
You deserve someone to love, respect, value you. You can always create a healthy love relationship. You have all of your life to create a healthy love relationship. Use this time to learn what's important to you, to build your self-respect so that when you pick someone, they will have to respect you as much as you respect yourself.
Watch out for someone who wants to control and give commands to you. A controlling person tries to destroy your self-respect by saying that no one else could possibly love you. The law of blame is that it always goes to the closest person. So, if you become close to a blamer, eventually you will become the target of blame. Contempt means that I have made up my mind about you and it's not good. It's also one of the fastest ways to destroy a relationship. You have your whole life to develop a healthy, lasting love relationship with someone. Use this time now to get to know yourself, to develop your own talents and abilities.